Hey, went sourcing all day yesterday, probably a full 8 hours I would say, and it was kind of touch and go for the first part of it. Pretty tough, not a lot of juice for the squeeze, but I ran into a couple of good little pockets of stuff, so I'll show you what I got. First item is this suit that I got for 15 bucks, and this is the brand Milano, which as far as I know is not a desirable brand. It's not one I've even seen before, but it is made with Zegna Trofeo fabric, Armenegildo Zegna, or however it's pronounced. It is pretty close to that because I'm a genius. Trofeo. The Trofeo line is one of their higher end lines in suits, and I figured I would be able to turn a quick flip on this if I priced it at $99, which is my suit strategy in general. However, upon taking it home and trying it on, I realized that it actually fits me fairly well. And I have a gray charcoal suit, a lighter one, but I don't have a darker one for more formal stuff. It is pinstriped, but I figure 15 bucks for a suit, probably maybe something to hang on to. I'll try the pants on as well, make sure that it actually does fit me. Here's a new brand, Tilly. The full title is Tilly Endurables, and these shorts are definitely good sellers. Seems like they make hats for the most part, and they have a hat in the logo there. And it says, guaranteed for life. So I don't know if this is the same story as with Patagonia, where you send it in, and even if you don't have a receipt, they'll send you a repair or a replacement. Could be. These zip cargo shorts, I don't remember how much this is worth, probably 25. Taking a stab in the dark. Here's a pair of 100% linen Lucky brand shorts, really heavy fabric, and we're starting to edge our way out of summer, so the linen is going to be in increasingly, gradually less demand going forward, but it's still good right now, as far as I can tell. Here is a vintage piece. It's this kind of bib shirt, the pullover type button shirt, and it's a vintage Western made in USA shirt, rock mount ranch wear. And I looked it up, and good numbers on that brand. They have contemporary stuff in addition to the vintage stuff, and it has a stain on it somewhere, but it has this neat kind of a pattern, and that should no problem flip for around 25-30. Costs $9, which is a little high. Here's another new brand. You may not be able to read that. It's Storm Kimonos, and this is a rash guard. It's this really heavy, stretchy synthetic fabric, and this is for martial arts. They make rash guards for surfing and also for MMA, and I've had really consistently good luck just picking up fighting rash guards. Surfing rash guards are in less demand, but the MMA stuff, typically regardless of brand, will be good or certainly worth looking up. Here's a Metallica t-shirt I bought for $5. I didn't look it up. Don't know what album that is from. If you know, have any clue, then let me know. It's an XL. It cost me $5. It is not vintage, and there may be a whole lot of these floating around, but I just bought it on instinct, because band t-shirts like that, even if they're fairly common, if they're really popular bands, I've never had a problem selling them. Same goes for pro wrestlers. Toxic Avenger, of course, the Troma movie from the 80s, and the kids' cartoon for some reason from the 90s. This cost $3. Toxic Avenger shirts, pretty rare, pretty in demand. Shouldn't have a problem flipping that for 25. This is a somewhat uncommon Air Jordan Nike t-shirt, and it cost me $4. Here's the label. It says Air Jordan, doesn't say Nike, I don't think. Yeah. Air Jordan stuff, I've just had a really easy time selling, always. And a vintage PC game Nerf Arena Blast. This is worth around 20. I got this for $1 or $2. This is going to be a recurring theme going forward in this video. I found a ton of link sole stuff today, and I don't really find it all that much, usually. But the thrifts abounded with link sole today. It does have a golf course patch on it, but it was $5. Link sole is a golf brand that is in, I think, 100% sell-through. I'd have to check the manifesto again. If you don't know what that is, I have a digital product on offer that is free / pay what you want, so you can give me whatever you want for it, and it's a list of, I don't remember how many hundreds of men's clothing brands that are broken down by overall sell-through rate, and also granularly within each brand which categories of clothing are in high, medium, and low demand. So you can take it into a thrift store and have a pretty decent cheat sheet for what you should actually source if you want to make quick sales, and there's a link to that in the description to the video. Here's another link sole. Polo has another golf course logo. If that's the same golf course, I'll probably put them in a lot. But this should still flip for 20, 25, and I got it again for $6. Has this kind of heavy fabric. Here's a Marmot shirt. Marmot is not as strong as it used to be, but this is breathable ripstop kind of fabric, and it has these tent icons on it, and I just feel that that will sell pretty well, especially in the summer. $5. Here's the brand I don't usually pick up that much, Polo Ralph Lauren, but it's a 2XL and it's 100% linen, and it cost $6, so that should sell for $25. Here's a Peter Millar Summer Comfort button up. Nope, button down. The difference is button downs are the ones that have buttons on the collars. Button ups don't. And it's a small but important detail. I don't find the button up or down shirts as much as I find polo shirts, but Summer Comfort never has a problem selling. Here's another brand I usually don't pick up, especially not in the contemporary offerings like this one is, but it's new without tags. It still has the collar cardboard in there. And that's going to be a good seller going into fall. I've given you this tip before, and it almost always works. If you find something that doesn't have a price tag on it, bring it up and have it priced face to face by the cashier, and they will often give you a pretty deep discount. And this really nice lady that was working at this small thrift shop gave this to me for $4. And the going price at this place was around $12. So very generous of her. It's an REI women's size 14 pair of convertible hiking pants. Convertible meaning this bottom part of the leg zips off and it turns into shorts. These are really good sellers. REI women's hiking pants overall is a strong category. The convertible pants typically always outsell the straight, static, long leg pants. And it's UPF 30. And it's in season, and I should really have no problem selling those, I don't think. Here's a pair of men's Prana size small capri pants or long shorts. Not sure which. And I think they're men's. Although there aren't that many men's capri pants. I think this is going to go to some slacklining fellow. Yeah, I don't remember how much this was, and I don't see a price tag. But Prana shorts are good sellers. Prana shirts, less so. Consult the manifesto if you're curious to learn more. This is a pretty interesting one. This is a long sleeve basic t-shirt from a fishing expedition that went out of San Diego back in 2010. Tuna boat. So the Polaris Supreme is an heir of the Royal Polaris, which is a very famous sport fishing boat that operated out of San Diego until I don't know when it was decommissioned. Not that fishing boats have commissions, but really famous fishing boat. And I found this vintage satin jacket at a swap meet that I bought for 10 and sold for $200 pretty quickly. So this is not going to be a tip that's going to translate for 99% of you, but if you find stuff from the Polaris line of sport fishing boats, then pick it up because they're good sellers. But that translates in the sense of if you find local stuff like that that is pretty rare or has sentimental or collector value, then look into it. Here's a polo shirt that I bought for myself. It's the one thing that I got for me. This is an American flag t-shirt, which doesn't look like a whole lot, but remember this sleeve. Keep an eye out for that. The brand is Grunt Style. Really popular line of shirts. They have big, kind of idiotic type graphics on them a lot of the time. But they're really popular, and especially the bigger size t-shirts sell quite well. This is a size large, so that's pretty good, and this costs $2. Don't spend up for Grunt Style. Don't spend more than, I would say, $5 for a t-shirt at the absolute max. And a lot of the designs will have specific kind of sell-through velocities that you can look up. Some are rarer than others, something like that. It's pretty basic. That's probably going to flip for between 17 and 20, I would say. And this is a new one too, Yeti. That's a brand that makes coolers, really expensive coolers. And I guess they make clothing as well, and I guess the clothing is pretty in demand. 100% sell-through on the t-shirts. That cost $2, and it should flip for 20. Ariat anything I pick up. The shirts sell great. Cost me $4. And they went ahead and stapled the price tag to the collar, which is dope. And I don't know, should sell for 25 or so. Here's a sleeper brand that I think only I talk about on Reselling YouTube, as far as I can tell. I've never heard it come up in another channel. That's Fox Racing. Remember that logo. $4. It's never going to be something that's priced up exorbitantly at the thrift stores because no one really knows that it's valuable, and it typically isn't. Like, it's not worth a ton of money, but consistently has been in 100% demand, at least over the whole time I've been aware of it. And you usually don't find more basic stuff like this. Usually you'll find racing oriented stuff, jerseys, jackets, and technical clothing, but that should sell quite well. This one might also be for me, actually. It's North Face. I don't know if you can really tell. You can kind of see it somewhere on the garment. It's a North Face base layer, and I have a backpacking trip coming up in a couple weeks out in Colorado. It's my first backpacking trip that I've ever taken, so I might actually need that. We'll see. And I'll maybe wear the Xenia suit as well out on the trail. Okay, so I lied. So I got 2 or 3 things for myself. This is an REI men's small long sleeve shirt for outdoor activities such as fishing, hiking, and another kind of sleeper brand, Oakley. Pretty good, solid bread and butter brand, $4. In higher demand than you would think. It's a pretty basic, everyday kind of a mall brand, but this stuff just tends to hold resale value for whatever reason. And last bag, this is from the spendiest Goodwill in the whole city. And I usually just strike out there these days. Used to be great, but I had an uncharacteristically great run at this Goodwill. And the prices are high, but the quality of the stuff tends to be pretty high as well. So this is an Untuck It, kind of stretch, wrinkle-free fabric shirt. Untuck It. The sell-through numbers are not as strong as they used to be. I keep waiting for them to tick back up, but for better or for worse, I don't know if this is a rational decision, but I've had such consistent luck selling it over the years that I have a lot of confidence that that it will sell inevitably at some point, because I'm not going to price it up too high. It cost $8, so if it doesn't sell within 3 months, it'll certainly sell within 6. Here's another link sole. It's the first of these that I've ever found. It's just a basic button up, but no, button down. Damn, button down shirt. And I got that for $8. This was a margin call. Diesel. Diesel is a pretty decent brand. It's not a hole-in-one, and you have to be careful because it's susceptible to seasonality and style, you know, as all clothing is. This was $8. But this struck me as something that would be of general appeal to the kind of guy that wears diesel, so figured it was safe. Here's a good one. It's one of those tags that I've seen multiple times and I always passed on it, but apparently that was a mistake. It's Dunhill. And Dunhill is a golf brand that's pretty vintage. This was 10 bucks, but the print will sell it, the brand will sell it, and the brand is really strong. I was surprised when I looked at the numbers. It's Italian, and I think 100% sell through across the whole brand, but the polo shirts are doing pretty good. So that I may ask more for, maybe around 40. Here's a pair of link sole jeans, which I didn't know that they made. Pretty good jeans. That actually might fit me. Let's see, 9 bucks. 9 bucks for the link sole jeans. Excellent brand to be on the lookout for here. This is like a rash guard. You could list it as one, and it might technically be one. I just list them as t-shirts and they sell almost immediately. The brand isn't listed anywhere, but remember that logo. The brand is Coolibar, C-O-O-L-I-B-A-R, and they make these UPF rash guard slash surfing slash active t-shirts for the most part that look just like this, and they will sell as soon as I list them if they're not priced up too high. If you price them at 25, they should sell within a day, is my experience. And another one that no thrift store knows about. Here is the uncommon basic Nike piece buy from me. And I bought them because in here somewhere in the depths of the shorts, here we go, Nike Aero Swift, which I hadn't seen before. So I looked up Nike Aero Swift, and lo and behold, pretty rare, pretty expensive, and pretty in demand. These were $8. They're an XL. I can't tell if that's men's XL or what, but should be able to get 30 or 40 for these, even pre-owned. There's another Air Jordan, Air Jordan piece. Sweat shorts. 6 bucks. I don't know what the actual numbers on Air Jordan clothing is, but it's another one of those that I know from experience. Basically, as soon as I list it, the buyer base is just so enormous that someone will pick it up pretty quick. Should sell within a week, I would guess. This is a great brand. These kind of ripstop type board shorts sell excellently for me, and especially the camo pattern has been the most consistent seller. This is $6. Dahui board shorts are in, or at least were in, 100% demand. Another Untuck It. Also an XXL. This is just plain cotton, short sleeve. And this cost $8. Excellent brand, Rourke Revival. Sometimes you'll just see it as Rourke. This is a fairly understated piece, but a lot of the times these shirts will have big, loud patterns on them, geometric type Southwestern stuff. $8, which is pretty skin of the teeth there in terms of the margins, but I just have a lot of confidence in this brand. Another Untuck It. This is another wrinkle-free one. It's XXL, slim fit, and $8. And the last Untuck It, these are pretty obviously all from one guy. XXL, that same wrinkle-free fabric, which should make it sell a little quicker, I would think. And that was $9. And the last two items in the video are definitely the finds of the day. Buttercloth is a brand that's been in the manifesto in both iterations, and I think I've mentioned it in a couple of the brands to be on the lookout for videos, but I've never personally found it until now, and I didn't anticipate ever finding it because it's really expensive and the demand is outrageous. I don't remember the number. I think it's one of those brands that's way over 300% sell through. So this one was $8. It's a complete, just no-brainer buy. I don't know how much it's gonna sell for. I didn't look at the prices. I would guess not less than 35 for that. Probably more like 50. So that was outrageous. Even more outrageous was this one, which is another butter cloth, size large, and it's new with tags. And Goodwill usually does the dirty and prices stuff like this up way, way, way high, but it was $13, which is a complete steal. And it's a weird pattern too, these little bomb or eyeball doodads, I don't know. Let's see if it says a price on here. Nope. But it's immaculate. As far as I know, I didn't spray it that hard. Even if there is a small flaw, it doesn't really matter. This is potentially going to sell for more than 100. I don't know. I, again, didn't look at the numbers, but that's the find of the week, possibly the find of the year right there. That's never going to happen to me again. 13 bucks for a brand new buttercloth shirt. Good Lord. Okay, yeah, sales have been slow, but also I've been away on a road trip and not listing stuff, so should be a what sold video coming soon. Thanks for watching.